Aliens, directed by James Cameron, starring Sigourney Weaver as Ripley. And Aliens is the continuing story from the original movie Alien, directed by Ridley Scott. Oh, I've been a fan of all the Alien movies, even Alien vs. Predator, and even the Predator movies, but when I watched Aliens as the sequel, this movie was awesome. This movie was amazing. It had like cool action scenes. It was still like a horror to that movie and stuff, and great sci-fi settings and everything. It was just really amazing to this film. I even love James Cameron's other movies like Terminator, Avatar, The Abyss, and True Lies, one of his greatest movies ever watched and stuff. And this movie actually got me hyped to be a fan of this movie. It's also my favorite movies of all times. Really love the entire story to this. Also, I love the visual effects of the movie, like how like they use like the xenomorphs suits to dress as the xenomorph and stuff. It will, because to me they looked realistic to me. They didn't use like any CGI. It was well done and stuff. The xenomorphs looked really cool. How they're like climbing on the walls, creating the hive structures. Everything that was created in the movie was amazing. I even love how they actually designed the queen and stuff. It wasn't like they didn't do like a CGI queen. It was all robotic, even though they still looked realistic. The scales and everything, the head, even the legs were awesome in that scene and stuff. So I really love this scene. And also I know Sigourney Weaver got nominated Academy Awards for this movie as a role as Ripley. Awesome as a role. And I love this entire story. You get the story of Ripley, who spent 57 years in hypersleep after from the first Alien movie. Then she wakes up on the colonists on Earth in the Gateway Station. Then she joins a bunch of clone Marines trying to go back to LV-426, and you realize something. It's been deserted and it's been attacked already by the xenomorphs and stuff. That was like really like mystery and stuff, how the Marines were like walking. They got cool weapons they got and everything in the set. I even love the scene when the Marines wake up from hypersleep, and then in the scene they're having one last meal together, having fun when they go out to like war, fighting the creatures and doing a rescue mission. That's like what gives me hype to these movies and stuff. This was like greatest movie ever, and also how they imagine to fit like a Vietnam story for this movie and stuff, like Vietnam in space. It was really inspired to that movie. I even really love to watch this film on VH. I've seen this movie so many times. I'm still obsessed with this movie. I really will rewatch this movie. It's the best movie to watch in the summer and stuff. Really good. And then we go to the character Ripley. Ripley is one of my favorite female action characters. I really love how she treats like Newt as like a daughter to her. When in the special edition version that was cut out from the movie, that was in the theatrical cut, where Ripley actually had a daughter, and her daughter died from hypersleep and stuff, and then she got so emotional in that scene, how she promised her to be home for her 11th birthday, and then you just like see this, like, I didn't know she had a daughter. And then that scene was like perfect in the special edition. If you recommend to watch like an Alien scene and which version to watch, I recommend watching the special edition. But if you really love the theatrical cut, it's still a great movie to watch any version. But I prefer watching the special edition. It had cool extended scenes, like the scenes where they're building the sentry guns in the complex, and then the tunnel, and preventing the xenomorphs to go into the hallways trying to attack. I really love that scene and stuff. And then we get to see the colonists on LV-426, and then we see the Newt's family trying to go to the derelict ship that was seen from the original Alien movie. Really cool. Had really cool extended scenes. And then for the character Ripley and stuff, she's just like sometimes strong, but she's always like the smart one. She's like a great leader and stuff to the character. Like how she has an idea of where to put the sentry guns, how she was like rescuing the soldiers after Lieutenant Gorman didn't do anything. All he just yelled because their links was being cut off and stuff. So Ripley just takes the APC, runs it, and then saves one of the Marines and stuff. And I was like, this is just awesome. She's like one of the best characters I am proud of myself. And then she learns how to use a pulse rifle from Hicks, how she's like learning it, and then how she tries to rescue, keeping her promise and stuff. I love how she puts the pulse rifle and flamethrower together, trying to rescue Newt, and facing. And then in the scene, there were some great lines in that movie, and that scene when Ripley opens up the doors on the power loader and stuff, and then comes out, and you get to this close shot scene, and then she gets to this line right there: "Get away from her, you bitch." Yep. And then at that moment, she fights the alien queen with a power loader and stuff. I even love the scene how Ripley was shooting all the eggs, the xenomorphs and stuff, exploding, destroying the queen's hive. That was amazing, this movie. I actually love this movie so much. Great action scene. For me, I would prefer to watch the special edition for the movie Aliens, because it was like the best version to watch, because it was actually envisioned of James Cameron. It was James Cameron's vision for that movie and stuff, because when the film was like finishing done and stuff, basically the company of Fox told him to cut those scenes down because the movie was too long. And then in 1991, he added those scenes back in the film. But when you look at it right now, there's some scenes that would have stayed cut out from the film, to be honest, like Hudson's Ant Theory. Like, I'm pretty sure like they could have cut that out, just because you gotta know what, when Ripley asked the question to Bishop saying, if these things come from an egg, who's laying these eggs? And then Bishop says, I'm not sure. It's probably, we see anything like this. And they're like thinking, maybe it's, and I just love that cut out and knowing what was it. And then you go to the ending scene, to that shot when Ripley was rescuing Newt, and then she finds all the eggs, turns around, you'll see the abdomen queen taking out the eggs, and you look up, and that shot slowly, and you'll see the queen, and then her head and her mouth comes. And I'm like, whoa. Now I just realized the theatrical is still good too to watch. The queen, the shot and everything, amazing. And I love the futuristic to that movie. Just beautiful. I just love it. So that was like, wow. And after that, she fights with the queen, destroying the hive, trying to get out before the processor was about to explode and stuff on LV-426. Really cool. So I have to give Alien, I'm gonna give Alien 10 out of 10 for this movie, because this was an amazing movie. Love this movie so much and stuff. Love James Cameron. James is actually my favorite movie director. One of my favorite female characters in this movie. I even played like one of the cool other Aliens game, like Fireteam Elite. It's one of the best games ever. I really love that game so much. If you never play Aliens Fireteam, I recommend you check it out. But if you've never seen Aliens and stuff and you're watching this video, pause it, watch the movie. I don't care which version to watch the movie, because it's so good. It's for today's video, and the next movie review I'm gonna be doing is Alien 3, directed by David Fincher, on the next video. So if you want to see more videos like this, leave a comment down below and give me a like and a follow, and follow me on all my social medias.